depression is a complex thing because it's a combination of many possibilities. And if you want to think of it in biblical terms, we could think of the world and the flesh and the devil. All the pressures of the world around, the stresses at work, the high divorce rate, the pressures of pornography on people's marriages and sex lives, the pressures of kids in school, political, economic strife, wars, all those things that happen to us through no fault of our own. But we, in a sense, are being sinned against by others when there's, say, domestic abuse or other forms of emotional and physical violence. But we also are sinners in how we respond to those things. So we have some responsibility, but not all the responsibility is ours. And in terms of the flesh, we could think of the way the Bible uses that expression according to the context in terms of our sinful nature, our proneness, say, to pride, to self-pity, to perfectionism, to uncontrolled anger. All of those would be part of our sinful flesh. But the New Testament also uses the word sarx in the Greek for flesh, meaning our bodies. So our bodies can make us vulnerable to depression. Some people are genetically more vulnerable. There's a whole family history. And with bipolar disorder, that's quite a strong predisposition. And so their brain chemistry may not work so well. It may be that because of past trauma, their brains have been shaped to make them more vulnerable to depression. And then, of course, the devil and the evil one. I think wherever we are weak and vulnerable, the evil one comes in and fires his fiery darts or tells us lies about ourselves to tell us how worthless we are and how incompetent we are and how we should blame others rather than take any responsibility ourselves for how we feel, and so on. So it's a complex mixture of different things. And with each person, that's why hearing their story is so important, to try and tease out and help them to tease out, which part of this is your responsibility and which part is just living in a very fallen, broken world, which you didn't choose, but which you have inherited. So I think that's why each of us is vulnerable in a different way.